button, click on this button, and then this one.
Sounds,
Okay.
sounds simple.
That's slightly complicated, but I think we're good. How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Um, we are back again with another live training, and today we're going to talk about um, just like we're going to do like an editor's critique. You're an editor, I'm an editor. We both know what it takes to make videos, and we are going to talk about some videos that you made, and we're going to rip them apart while also explaining how good of a job you did. So it's going to be like you're going to go on an emotional roller coaster. How do you feel about that?
Right level, like just knock me down a few pegs, then pick me back up. Right. It's, I don't know if you know, this is like entirely too short, and like I like went to like do some like neck trimming or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like it like slipped, and I was like, oh crap! Now this is all short, so I did like even it all out.
Well, it's all right. We gotta
And
stay
I'm
clean sometimes.
and I'm partially sunburned, so it's all good. Nothing you're gonna say is gonna hurt as much as this sunburn. So
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. And
good to hear that I'm sunburned.
no, it's good to hear that you're
Oh,
prepared for this beating.
Don't have feelings. It's fine.
Okay. Let me make sure that we're good here. Because I've got some of your videos up. And are we good? Sorry, hold on. I just want to make sure everyone can see everything.
For sure. Yeah, and just to hit on like the importance of even doing this in the first place, like if you are
Cool.
creating videos and you're very early on in the process, or even if you're a seasoned veteran, it's always good to get feedback from others. And the best way to do that is have sessions like this where you just kind of go through and you pick up on other people's like flavor and little ways and little tools that you can pick up on your end too that could enhance your video that you didn't even think of, right?
Yeah.
So you think about it, like we go through and we pull all of these clips, from the actual day itself or whatever the event is, and we're so in it that like you get to a certain point where your creativity is almost like maxed out because you've watched the same clips so many times. So to get a fresh pair of eyes on things is like unreal.
Yeah. And so I'm happy to help you do that. And I like everything. You should do this like all the time. Anytime you make a video, like you should not only get the feedback from your client, but also get the feedback from someone who has made videos similar to this, or knows the ins and outs of editing, so they can understand your decision making.
Yep. Because the editor is not going to see the same thing that the client will see. So
right. Okay, so let's dive in. What do we got first? What do you want us to watch first, JT?
You know what? Dealer's choice. Whatever you got up in front of you is good to go.
Okay. All right.
Now I'll provide a little bit of context for it too, so we have an idea of what we're looking at here.
Okay. Well, I'll just mute it for now, and then you can like talk over it if you want, and then I'll play it here. So this is for Alula.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a recent grand opening that I just recorded. So it wasn't like an all-day event. It was more like a half day, I would say. Didn't have a ton of time beforehand due to the fact that a lot of things were coming together at last minute. So like little decorations and things. So did the best I could do with the setup, and then just kind of like not sat in the corner, but moved around. It's not like the biggest as far as square footage goes. So just moved around the room, tried to capture happy and good moments. The entire like video itself is just supposed to be an uplifting, positive thing, celebrating the grand opening and the actual first business for the owners themselves.
Yeah, it looks great. Like I love all the reaction shots you got in there already. Did you come in with there's a little guy there. But did you come in with like a zoom lens on this, or were you running around with like a prime lens, like a wide angle?
I switched cameras. Okay. So I would do about 30 minutes with one camera and one lens. Again, this is because I have the ability to have multiple cameras, right? And then I just switched out the camera onto the next lens. And I can't see the video in front of me, but if my memory serves me well. I started out wide, and I got a bunch of shots in the beginning of the day wide, and then I kind of narrowed it down once it gets past like the ribbon cutting and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Hold on. Let me verify. I got a little technical difficulties again. I think Zoom is being weird. Let me. There we go. Yeah, Zoom is not. Is it because I haven't minimized? Maybe. Oh, it disappeared. Here we go. That's why. Okay, I guess it's gonna have to be in the background, but that's all right. Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to make sure that we can still see everything. Ah, we can't see us anymore. You know what? It's okay, JT. Sorry, we'll just keep flying through these videos.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no one wants to see my ugly mug anyway. Like, be real. Like the only thing you're really missing out is I'm celebrating opening weekend, I guess, for Major League Baseball. So I got my Pirates shirt on. But other than that, you know,
Okay. Okay. Sorry, things are going weird. Okay. Now I'm good. We're good. All right. So the first thing that I noticed was in the beginning of this video, used a lot of like cross dissolves. So you had a little straight cut here, but then there's a dissolve into the Joy, and also the Lilia. So I assume those are the names of the owners or the hairstylists.
everyone who's going to be there, yeah. So 2 of them are owners, and then one of them has like a space that she rents out. So all 3 will be present.
Okay, and then here, I'll turn on the sound.
And don't worry, this isn't copyrighted music.
Okay, it's royalty free.
Yeah, I got this from a artist list, so you're good.
Okay, I kind of figured because it sounds similar to other royalty free music I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, everyone's celebrating here. So we've got the audience noise in the background, which is awesome. Cool. Did you have any shots back during this? Did you have any shots of the audience behind you? Because it looks like there's a tent set up and everything.
Yeah, so I ran into some trouble there. A vendor that was actually there as well, set up outside, had a tent in which they also had multiple tables. So in order for me not to pick up the tent in the foreground, I had to kind of move in. And then from there, I couldn't move back at all. If I took one step back, the tent would be affecting the shot. So you'd have that little overhang. So there was audience behind and to my left and to my right, almost like in a funnel type fashion, right? Like a half circle.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. I think this was great. I think.
And this was single shooter as well. Too.
Right. So you didn't get or I take it you decided not to get shots of like them speaking like to the camera or giving their thoughts about it.
Right.
Was that a decision that you made while you were there, or it was kind of like an expectation given prior to shooting?
I think it was more of just a on-the-fly decision.
Okay.
I think that would have definitely enhanced it. Now that you bring it up now, like having like a little, almost like a side interview with the background being just everyone kind of mingling. I think that would make sense. And like them maybe sharing their enthusiasm and excitement for the grand opening itself.
Right. Okay. Cool. So, okay, so you got the little guy in there. This is
So that's the one owner's son.
Cool.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So that is not only to like add some dimension to the video, but also to like please the client.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, it's like for them, it's an emotional thing because they're opening in the middle of COVID at the time. They've revved things up as far as like operations go. They had to bring them back down because of everything that's happening. This is in Arizona. Everything that's happening in Arizona.
Right.
So it's just, this is like the culmination of a lot of like trials and tribulations and that kind of thing. So it's a celebration of like almost like a relief for them as well.
Cool. Okay, so I think to tear some things down a bit, to just give you some
Don't have
feedback.
a smile on your face when you say that, Sam.
I'm excited. Okay, so right here at the end, you got the logo, right?
Yeah.
I think could have been like, I usually just do these little simple tweaks that kind of continue movement throughout the video. And so at the end here, there's no movement, right? And it's okay. You got your end screen that pops up. You know, that's for your channel and everything. But right here, it's just the logo. I think it would be nice if it was like a little zoom effect, because I assume this is like, is this an image with the background on it too?
So yeah, it's a PNG, and it's vertical. It's not like it's not like any of the files that maybe you would create for your branding that you put out for people and clients that you work with. It's more of just like I had it on my phone and just airdropped it to my computer, and then
so you added this gray background then.
Right. So the background, I had to do the color picker in order to match them up.
Right. Oh, match it up with what? Do they have?
It was like a vertical screenshot. So like it only took up like, a quarter of the screen.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So they already had this color chosen, but you had to pick it. You had to create like a color mat and pick the right color.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, I would recommend like doing like a slow zoom, like in my animate a logo tutorial. I don't know if you remember, but it's just like a slow zoom effect with like a vignette around it.
Mm-hmm.
I think having that movement is important because it just speaks to like, it speaks to more detail and care putting in that, like, it's not that you care per se, it's that if someone, a prospective client sees this, it means that the company cares too. So like adding those little details matter. And I know it's a minuscule one relative to others, but it does make a difference in the end. And then also, let's see, in the beginning here, let me hear the music. Okay, so that shot was 6 seconds. This was about 3. They're all fading into each other. Okay, so I think when they say welcome to Alula, I think she gets cut off a little bit. Do you hear that? Do you know what I'm talking about, JT?
Yeah, I think my memory serves me correctly. The next word was a word used in excitement, I think, or something. There was definitely a reason why I cut it there. Now, as far as the cut, probably could have been a little bit of a softer cut.
Right. Yeah, maybe a little fade in, even if like you get a little bit of that previous word. I think having only part of it, maybe you could have hid it. Maybe you could have hid it.
Not an English major, huh?
No, sorry. Okay, but yeah, it's a little jarring, but it's not jarring to the point where like it's like, ugh, like why is this a thing? It's more like, oh, it adds to the excitement because right away you got the other co-founder, screaming. So it's just another detail because like just jumping into the grand opening is nice.
I think your advice early on really helped me was like try to get as much ambient sounds as you can of just like the environment or having, because right now that shot I had a shotgun mic on. I was originally going to mic them up, but it didn't really work well with the timing of things. Again, it's one of those things that you would run into like when there's a certain event that was planned at a certain time moves up or moves back and you're just like kind of running around. So, but yeah, no, that was, definitely enjoyed that little moment where it was like, yay, it's like kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I understand. Like, you can only do what you can based on what you have around you. But yeah, I think even before, during this, when it's starting, like while it's going, having some that ambience noise in the back of maybe just like people gathering and being collective and not really being super excited yet, and then that noise you can fade underneath this hard cut right here, because if it only sounds like a hard cut because it's not, we don't have anything leading into it. So if we had an ambiance underneath, it's way less of a harsh cut because we already have noise.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that would work on the sound part. I do like the timing of the music there, the pump, and then the switch into everything being active. I think that's great. Um, okay, so let's. I think we're good here. I think everything else is really nice, like the reaction shots and like when you cut to them and how you go to the pace of the music and um. Are there other areas? Right. Okay. Maybe if you had, yeah, like let's say you had more footage of like them talking
Hmm.
about the opening, you could have included it towards the end when the music starts to slow down.
That makes sense.
That would be an opportunity to do that. So yeah, so not only like is there little tiny editing tweaks that you could do for next time, but also like maybe on your next event, your next grand opening, you'll be able to like kind of interview them, even if it's for like 2 minutes. Just use like
Right,
little 5 to 10 second sound bites.
right, right. It's a good
So
idea.
yeah, and also like also interviewing the crowd and getting their opinion and their excitement on it. I think that would be cool.
Definitely. Bring
Cool.
that tripod with me, huh?
Yeah, or even a monopod. It's easy to run around with. It's just like
Yes.
the stick, and you just
Just don't move left or right too quick. You might hit somebody with
yeah, exactly. Just can't be too active with that. All right, next one. What do we got? We got Nick and Letty Ingolstad. Did I pronounce that right? I hope I did.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Let me make sure.
Uh, so this is a wedding video. They had the ceremony and reception in one place, so that was kind of nice for me as far as like being able to get all the setup shots and things like that.
Yeah.
We incorporated a good amount of like getting ready shots, and my memory serves me correctly. Uh, the day I remember this day distinctly just flying by. It was just like crazy fast, which often happens at weddings. But overall, like I was very happy with this one. This their relationship's very strong, and you can tell. I think in this video, I wanted to really focus on like their interaction, their relation.
Uh-oh. Hold on a second, JT. Can you hear me? Whoa.
I now see a picture of you. It's a pretty nice picture. Probably wouldn't have gone with the flannel. I feel like that's like one of the things. If I'm going to be out hiking, that's a stereotypical move. Like, hey, let me.
Oh my gosh, my computer just flipped out on me. I'm gonna have to figure out why that happened.
Are we still live?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, yeah, we're still going.
Okay.
Here I'll pull the video back up. But yeah, I see the video is 8 minutes and 26 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a longer video, which means you definitely got some like softer music going. Is that true?
Yeah, this music you can't play though, because I'm pretty sure it's like an actual song. What I often do is I'll ask them, for their use if they'd like a certain song to be played or something like that that speaks to them or their relationship.
Right.
So they went ahead and chose the song, and then from there, that's when I can obviously make the final cut to the song.
Right. Okay. Do you usually have people choose a song before you do it?
Primarily, yes. There's been times before where they're like, whatever song works best, which honestly, in my opinion, puts me in a tough spot. I'd rather they at least give me some guidance, right? Whether it's a certain genre, whether it's like, songs like this, or trying to get something that really represents their relationship,
Hmm.
So I prefer if they would provide me with a little bit more direction as opposed to me just kind of like, all right, guys, here's your wedding video. And then they don't have any buy-in, right? Or they don't have any like control over the process, because in the end of the day, I can make something that I think is great, but that really doesn't matter. It's all about what they think and their overall like reaction to it is the most important thing.
Okay. When they are requesting videos, do they um, do they anticipate a longer video, like towards 10 minutes, or like a shorter one, or like both?
Everyone's a little bit different. So what I like to do is I always provide them with one like headliner video that's like, this would be like the headliner video, right? Where it's like right around that sweet spot of like, it's not 10 minutes, it's not like 5 or 6, it's right in that middle ground.
Yeah.
And then if they want like additional things, I'm always willing to give it to them, whether it be like, because to explain a little bit better, like, you have the entire daddy daughter dance, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to put the entire dance in there, but if you want, because I have multiple cameras set up, I can cut together like that entire like 2-3 minutes for you so that you have that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put that in this main video for you, because if I did, it'd be like half the video, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So what sparked that question too is because there's a section like the first like 2 minutes is all mixed, it's all varied, and it's all the setting up and like being with friends and everything. And I think it sets the tone. The first like, what is that, 15 seconds set the tone with like the pictures on the wall with the memories here,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like the setting too right at the beginning. And then it's varied and it's really nice the first 2 minutes, and then at the 2 minute mark we start seeing everyone come out the door, and it's all the bride or the what do you call it, the wedding party.
Yeah, the wedding party.
Yeah, so the wedding party comes out, and there's so many, right? There's like 7 or 8 different pairings, and that's great. But what made you decide to do each one rather than maybe like a select few and then move on to the next moment throughout the day?
I really don't have a good answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you the background of it, I was posted up in a spot, and I just have my camera running, and I'm pulling focus right when. So there's a shadow, so I'm trying to get them right before they like have that like terrible lighting, which was like a task in itself. But to answer your question, I don't really have like a good answer for it. I just did.
Okay. Well, I think it's okay. I mean, it still speaks to the everything that happened in the day, which is great. So that's, I guess, like, that would be an editing decision between you and the people you're making the video for, because you could have one that covers literally everything throughout the day, right? And it's a long form video, and it's like every moment that happens, and cut up a little bit, right? Like, because it's like there's different levels of like how much to cut during certain times, right? Because you're filming for like 6 hours, right?
Right.
So this whole part with the wedding party coming out, this was probably like 20-30 minutes, right?
Definitely not 20. Oh, the actual length of it in the video.
No.
Yeah, I think that was so. It's got to be at least 5 minutes worth of like them walking up the aisle. Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. So yeah, and then yeah, you do cut to every time they start moving. I think another way to cut through this is, and still include everybody, is to like maybe through one path. Okay, so let's say like from here to here is like the path that you want to cover in your editing, in the path that they walk, right? And there's 8 people. So, or eight different scenarios where people are walking the same. So you can have the first eighth one couple, the second eighth another couple, the third eighth, like see how they like kind of transition into each other.
Yeah.
That could have been a creative edit. I'm not sure if it would have worked, but that's definitely a direction you can go.
Good idea.
And the reason why you would do that is to kind of move the video along a little faster.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because at this point, like, I mean, most wedding videos are not necessarily like to put out in the world and have everyone like, be like, oh my God, that's such an amazing wedding video.
Right.
It's not just for that. It's actually mostly just to make the people who got married happy and to remember, those moments. And so, like, I think here, like, you totally, like, I'm sure you knocked it out of the park and made them happy here. But I guess in terms of like making it a video that's maybe even for like a demo reel for weddings. Like I would do something similar to that, so that it kind of keeps the video moving along, and it's more in the that because if we talk marketing, it's all about short attention span. So,
Right.
but we're not trying to market this, but still, people still have short attention spans. The only people
Right.
who don't have a short attention span to this video are the people who were in the video.
Yeah. Yeah, emotionally invested into the video. Yes.
Yeah. So when people aren't emotionally invested, they kind of want things to move a little faster, just like subconsciously. It's not like they can't stand it. It's just like,
Right.
just from like to get the most watch time. Like I guess that would be a strategy. So yeah, but other than that, like the shot looks great. I think this angle is good. I understand that lighting that you're trying to avoid when you're filming it because it's too overexposed. Just because I'm sure the wedding was at like 2 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
we were running up against, if I remember correctly, we were running up against the sun, definitely like in the sunset.
yeah.
Sorry, my dog just walked in, so if you hear random like cries and things,
That's the problem.
he's back up.
It's Manny.
Yeah, Manny the pup.
Cool. Okay. So they got married about halfway through the video, and then after that, it was a lot of like, it's probably some sound bites in here, right? Okay. So the first kiss was about halfway. Yeah. Then we got some sound bites of them being happy.
Hi.
The hard part for you guys is over.
Did you get the signing too? Oh, there's the food.
Okay, so it was like a local vendor that brought like, actually no, I think it was someone that had relationship to the family, and like, yeah, it was like they had cactus tacos and everything. It was so good.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know that moment happened and I recorded it. I don't know I can't remember if it made it to the final cut or not.
Okay. Well, you did. I don't know if that one made it in, but you got the dessert table for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did sign the marriage license. Cool. The photos, them showing off the rings. Yeah, this is great. Oh, and then I see the nighttime here, the night shots.
Yeah, it's when it started to transition. Now, what I liked about this venue is it did have pretty good lighting. It was all outdoors.
Yeah.
So pretty good lighting. I've definitely been in situations where there's not good lighting, or there's like the DJ comes in aggressively with his like lasers and all that other stuff, and you're like, okay, well, let me just bring my camera real fast.
You say lasers. I'm also noticing like the photographer will have the lasers coming from the camera. Like sometimes, like here's a shot.
Yeah, there was an aggressive like a spotlight or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you know how a camera, like to get focus, it has to shoot lasers out, and it'll cover people in like the red lasers.
Yeah,
that was happening a few times in the shot.
Yeah, we had really good communication though between me and the photographer. Like she worked with me, I worked with her. Like it was nice, with that.
Okay.
So that's a very important thing in a wedding too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's a problem, but yeah, like some things could pop in there. Yeah, it seems like every shot there's just red lasers. But it's funny. It still captures the moment. But yeah, I think all these shots are really good. I like the night shots too. You're using the GH5, right?
Yep, GH5. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Okay. So, let's just see. Get to the end. Ooh, sparklers. Sparklers showed up great too.
Yeah. Okay. Very important point. If you're getting married, make sure you buy the right sparklers. People did buy the right sparklers.
Why? What were the wrong sparklers?
Well, the wrong sparklers, they like cause all this smoke to come up, and it just absolutely just kind of like ruins the shot. Like smoke, and like they burn quicker and stuff. And yeah. So.
I think I heard Sav in the background there.
Yeah, she's butting in for some reason. Huh, Sav?
But yeah, this is okay. So this is very cool. And then, how many songs did you use throughout here?
I believe it was one on loop, but I took out. I used to the best of my ability your skills on like looping videos. I don't think I've perfected that yet. Being able to loop that audio in a efficient manner like you were doing with your travel videos, you know?
Like kind of putting the beats together. Like,
correct, and like pulling certain parts in certain situations, and
yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I can do like a little training to get a little to talk about the strategies to do that a little more efficiently, because I know like there's a little setting in Premiere Pro you can set like audio time units, and then instead of using frames, it uses the exact specific little hertz. It translates it from like frame by frame to hertz by hertz, and it's literally like minuscule because there's thousands of them in each frame. So you can get into that trimming mode, and then you can trim your audio that way, and then you can just kind of visualize the waveforms and hear it to the best of your ability to recognize those beats when they come in.
I think a video on just sound overall would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because that's always something I feel like I could be a little bit more effective with, and knowing when to pull what string at what time,
Well, in terms of like a wedding video and the wedding videos you did, I think like when you pull the sound in is really good. Mostly because wedding videos come with like good sound. Like it comes like you want to add the sound because it automatically adds to the emotion. And so I think you naturally get it throughout the chronology of the day, like because the video is mostly it's chronological. So the most exciting moments, it just feels right to put the sound into.
Right.
But yeah, I guess in terms of just kind of like mixing sound to sound really good in like shorter videos, that's probably a little more of a challenge, because when you have a shorter video, like let's say we condense that wedding video from 8 minutes to like 2 to 3, then it would definitely require some mixing of sound and a bunch of editing to make things go a little faster. So maybe we can tackle something like that down the line. I think that would be good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. That's all the time we got today, JT.
Well, thank you, Ken. I appreciate you building me up, ripping me down, keeping me level.
Yeah.
I always learn something on our conversation, so I appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah. Like I definitely feel like I might have been a little harsh today. But
no, you're fine. Hey, I asked for it, right?
Okay.
And background, we have a pretty good understanding and a history, and I respect your opinion, and I definitely, I admit that like I'm still learning the process, as we all are. We're not learning, so it's always good to get different perspective, different view, and stuff that you can definitely improve on moving forward. It's
also different too, because like I fully understand, like I could point some things out, and that's just kind of the nature of the video, and it is what it is.
Yep.
But it's pointed out like, or the nature of the footage. And it's pointed out just so like, going in to film for the edit. So, you won't have to like, worry about in the editing room, like, oh, I got to get rid of this. I wish I didn't do this. But now you can film for the edit because you've seen in the editing room any mistakes that you made.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to end this one. You can stay on, JT, because I want to talk to you more about stuff. But yeah, for now, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I enjoyed spending this time with JT as always. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Let's go Bucks.
No, go Cubs.
NL Central champs, Bucks. But
oh, hold on, wait. Here we go. That's all right.
What was the outro?
It didn't roll this time.